Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Chabot News for April 18, 2018. My name is Ariel Webb, and in today's news, we will be covering headlines locally as well as nationwide. For local news, we will be covering a plane crash along with the reopening of the art gallery here in Chabot. Nationally, we will cover teachers confronting lawmakers in Oklahoma and the arrest of a famous TV producer. On entertainment this week, we'll be covering Cardi B's unexpected announcement, as well as Tristan Thompson. Sparkle Icebreakers make an appearance along with a special segment on the dangers of kids getting their hands on edibles. Finally, Chris will be covering a special edition of sports for this week. All that and more coming up on Chabot News. Hearts go out to the pilot killed in a plane crash this past Friday night. Authorities say his small plane crashed in Petaluma, California. Officials finally identified the pilot as 75-year-old Carlton Henry Morrison of Fallbrook, a city located in San Diego, California. The story began when Sonoma County Sheriff received an emergency call from the U.S. Air Force around 6:40 p.m. about transponder activation from a small plane in eastern Petaluma. Deputies unfortunately could not locate the plane's coordinates given equipment on Sonoma Mountain. Shockingly, around the same a woman from San Diego contacted Petaluma police. Her husband was overdue to come home. The woman's husband was believed to have left the Petaluma airport en route to San Diego County during some bad weather in his Mooney M20 fixed-wing airplane, according to sheriff's officials. Scary to say, deputies spotted a small fire in a remote ravine near the 3600 block of Manor Lane after 10 p.m. Deputies found the downed aircraft and the body of the man believed to be the pilot. Sheriff's officials said the deputies secured the scene and notified the National Transportation Safety Board, the independent federal agency that determines the probable cause of transportation crashes. According to sheriff's officials, the NTSB will investigate the cause of the collision. Teachers in Tulsa, Oklahoma completely had enough of lawmakers and confronted them in the process this past week. Marching across Oklahoma, the teachers walked a total of 110 miles to the state capitol. On their journey towards the capitol, they marched with excruciating blisters along with sleeping on gymnasium floors, all for the fight for more school funding and higher raises. Their journey concluded on Tuesday afternoon once they reached the state capitol. Lately, teachers have been throwing in the towel and allowing their voices to be heard. Throughout the nation, teachers are not only turning toward their lawmakers, but social media as well. Oklahoma public schools have been in the spotlight lately over the battle for funding, but Oklahoma is not alone. Other places like Kentucky, Arizona, and other states are also battling for better pay, education, funding, and working conditions. Have you been taking notice of the new trend in San Francisco, an app that lets you rent an electric scooter to get around San Francisco? While some feel that this is useful to the community, others find it to be a nuisance. 3 companies have released just this week, letting you unlock a scooter with the phone app for a flat rate of $1 plus 15 cents per minute of use. One Bay Area resident stated it's cheaper and faster way for people to get from place to place. With these scooters, you can be able to zip around traffic congested. However, pedestrians say they're a hazard. One resident claimed that the scooters are too fast and they don't stop at stop signs or for anything of that matter. Scooter riders say the scooters go up to 15 miles per hour. State law prohibits riders from riding on the sidewalk, and they must wear a helmet. However, many riders do not heed any of these warnings. Many people have documented scooters obstructing traffic, along with taking up too much space for San Francisco's already crowded streets. Now let's send it over to somebody else for this week's entertainment news.
Cardi B took over the Jimmy Fallon show last week in hilarious fashion, and she also dropped some crazy news. The female artist went on the show to promote her new album, Invasion of Privacy, which she also had some news to share with her fans. Cardi B is having a baby B Cardi, or however you want to say it. During the show, Cardi spoke about her journey to the top of the music charts and how all the collaborations on her album came to be. She took this opportunity to reveal her pregnancy to the whole world, something she has been hiding for privacy reasons. The rap superstar wanted to keep this part of her life away from the media, but her stomach was getting harder to hide. Best of wishes to Cardi B and her bright future. Cleveland Cavalier player Tristan Thompson had recently become social media's new target. The Twitter and Instagram backlash started when the player was spotted making out with a mysterious woman in a nightclub. Normally that wouldn't be a big deal, but when you're cheating on a pregnant Khloe Kardashian, the world shakes. Let's be clear though, Tristan split with his ex, who was pregnant with his first child, to be with Khloe in the first place. All this promiscuity triggered the internet with the most funny possible way. The comments on the Instagram include ones like, "I hope you step in water every time you wear socks." "I hope the ice cream machine is broken every time you go to McDonald's." "I hope it takes 16 minutes for you to get to Geico Insurance and only save 14%. Let's expect the worst and hope for the best for Tristan Thompson. This is this week's entertainment news. Now back to Ariel.
Thanks, Danielle. A former TV producer for The Jerry Springer Show and Rosie O'Donnell has been arrested for the death of her sister. Jill Blackstone was arrested for the death of her sister that apparently happened in 2015. In a 2-year investigation, the Los Angeles Department revealed that Blackstone drugged her disabled sister, Wendy Blackstone, then placed her and her 3 dogs in the garage in their North Hollywood home. According to authorities, that's when Jill Blackstone set the garage on fire, killing her sister and her dogs in the process. Authorities believe frustration and financial hardships of taking care of her sister were likely the motives. Back in 2005, Blackstone was initially arrested after her sister's death, but was later released. Currently, Blackstone is in custody in Baltimore, where she awaits the extradition to Los Angeles.
Spring is here and love is in the air. William Shakespeare Romeo and Juliet is now planned at Stage 1 here at Chabot College. Directed by Joe Molinex, it'll be showing April 12th, 13th, and 14th, 19th, 20th, and 21st at 8 p.m., and one last show, April 22nd at 2 p.m. Tickets are available at the door, $15 general admission, $10 if you're a student or a senior. Can't wait to see you there. It's one of the greatest love stories ever told.
Just 6 months after the doors were closed for what the community thought to be indefinitely, the Dean of Arts, Media, and Communication, Dion Kunkel, had other plans. Talking to her in between meetings to ask her why reopening the art gallery was so important to her, she had this to say: "I made it a priority to reopen the art gallery to give the students and our community the opportunity to be able to express themselves through art." Questioning her on where the money came from for the reopening, she said that with the coordination of Vice President Stacey Thompson and support of the president of Chabot, they were able to relocate money to reopen the gallery. "I'm excited. We have a lot of student showcases coming shortly. The art gallery will be hosting a digital media and photography showcase on April 12th and on April 26th, a Foundation Studios Show Arts showcase for painting and drawing." Now here's Maxine to show us the top 5 for this week.
This week we are counting down to the top 5 throwback movies and TV shows getting a readaptation this year. Number 5, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, is a Christmas classic by Dr. Seuss which follows a cold-hearted character who hates Christmas. The Grinch is now getting his second remake this year. The original cartoon from 1966 used images from Dr. Seuss's book. In 2000, Jim Carrey played the quirky character in a live-action version. The new version is computer animated and bound to be full of comedy and heart-swelling magic, like the previous renditions. Number 4, A Wrinkle in Time came out last month with a diverse cast and stellar reviews. The original was released in 2003. Meg and her brother Charles Wallace go on a search through the universe to find their dad with the help of their friend Calvin and 3 ethereal beings, Mrs. Whatsit, Mrs. Who, and Mrs. Witch. Go watch it if you haven't seen it yet. Number 3, Mulan is finally getting a long-awaited live-action remake. It is currently unknown if any of the hitters from the 1998 film will come back, but I'll Make a Man Out of You is still the jam. The film was originally slated for November 2018 but got pushed to 2019 by Disney. Number 2, Heathers was a 1988 cult classic. It was basically the Mean Girls of the 80s, but with murder. 3 popular girls all named Heather run the high school and their new friend Veronica secretly hates them. With the help of her new boyfriend JD, Veronica moves up the food chain and changes the school forever. In 2018, Heathers is becoming a TV show. The only big change currently known is that one of the Heathers is now a gay guy. Number 1, Mean Girls was a 2000s hit that rocked the nation. You can't go anywhere without someone wearing pink on Wednesdays or someone joining into "Good for you, Glen Coco, you go Glen Coco." Everyone knows at least one reference from the 2004 film. In 2018, 16 years after the film, Mean Girls is going to Broadway with a little facelift to keep it current. 2018 has really been the year for throwback entertainment, and we're loving it. That's it for Top 5 this week. Now here's Laura Berger with a special segment on the dangers of children getting their hands on edibles.
As of 2015, 4 U.S. states, including Colorado, have legalized recreational marijuana. The drug is available in various forms, including cigarettes and edibles like candy and baked goods. These products are sometimes unintentionally ingested by children. A new study evaluated these unintentional marijuana exposures among young children in Colorado.
My name is Dr. G. Sam Wong. I'm an assistant professor of pediatrics, Children's Hospital of Colorado, at the University of Colorado Anschutz Medical Campus, but also the Rocky Mountain Poison and Drug Center and the Denver Health Hospital. Just like any other drug, household product, after it's released for sale, it's more present in the home, and that's where kids are going to get into.
Dr. G. Sam Wong from Children's Hospital Colorado and co-authors evaluated the number of children seen for unintentional exposure to marijuana from 2009 through 2015. Before and after recreational use became legal in the state. They identified children from 0 to 9 years old coming to the Children's Hospital and also reviewed calls to the Regional Poison Center. The study appears in JAMA Pediatrics.
Between 2009 through 2015, we saw a pretty big jump in kids annually coming here for marijuana exposures. There was 1 in 2009 and there were 16 in 2015. Calls to the Poison Center for marijuana exposures in the same age group increased from 9 to 47.
Catherine Dolph, the JAMA Report.
And this week's edition of sports will be replaced with the LGBT sports themed coverage. We will first cover the major drag racing events happening in the gay community. Now, the 3rd episode of season 10 on RuPaul's Drag Race airs on VH1 on Tap That App, Honey. The remaining 12 queens will be divided into 3 teams to tackle the main challenge, filming an ad for the new dating app. So, joining RuPaul that week, or this week, will be Charles, Carson Kressley, and Michelle Visage on the judges panel. In episode 3 will be singers Courtney Love and Nico Tortorelli from Younger. So, immediately following last week's elimination, Vixen comes under fire for winning the challenge, despite the fact of having borrowed a wig from another queen. And according to Aquaria, that should have disqualified her from the winnings. Okay. Following that, Monique gets upset over being in the bottom and not trusting the judge's opinion of her look. But Vixen says that maybe she's just not doing as well as she thinks. When it finally came down to the elimination round, Yahuwah and Mayhem were the bottom 2 and were put against each other in the lip sync battle, where ultimately Mayhem was the winner. Yahuwah has to sashay away, becoming the 3rd queen eliminated this season. In her goodbye message, Yahuwah takes responsibility for getting in her own head too much and wishing all the other girls good luck. So, we the fans of Dallas. Now, ESPN's new series, We the Fans Dallas, will feature a gay couple about to be married who have bonded over their love for the Dallas Cowboys. Ooh. The ESPN features unit follows 12 Cowboy fans through the 2017 NFL season. Tim Sahone and Justin McCurry, an interracially gay couple from Arlington, Texas, are diehard Cowboy fans. They met at a friend's game night and hit it off quickly, each of them seeing familiar competitiveness in each other. Yet in high school, they had very different relationships with football. So the couple's appearance in the first episode revolves heavily around acceptance. So the two got engaged to be married last year, and McCurry knew that he needed to return home to Indianola, Mississippi, to share the news with his family. In the telling McCurry's mother, it was them telling McCurry's mother that made them nervous. She already knows that I was gay, McCurry says, but she's a good Christian, very good Christian, diehard Christian. And just me getting ready to go toward her with that, it put me in an awkward moment because I didn't know what to expect from her. I was super nervous because I was afraid that she would turn her back on me. You'll have to tune in to the show to find out what the results on the trip and follow these two lovebirds through the 2017 Cowboys season. Oh, also, the Golden State Warriors and the San Jose Sharks are in the playoffs, and looks like they will win. Hope you all had a special edition of sports this week. Now let's send it back to you, Ariel, in the station. Signing off. Cheers.
That wraps it up for Chabot News this week. We hope you enjoyed it. Thanks to all the students and staff in the Mass Communications Department here at Chabot College for making this production possible. Watch us anytime online at youtube.com/ChabotTV. Stay tuned to KCTH Channel 27 for more Chabot TV.